Have you ever seen those shark shows where it's all very exciting, but you don't learn a thing about actual sharks? In fact, the whole thing seems to have nothing at all to do with reality. This show is gonna be totally different, like nothing you've ever seen. Come on! He can actually stick his jaws out like that, so he can control his jaws separately from his head.
We are just now figuring out what the oldest vertebrate on Earth is.
We talk about this mindless killing machine with the black eyes. They actually don't have black eyes. They have these beautiful indigo blue eyes.
These are not crazed, indiscriminate man-eaters. These great white sharks are really smart. Now, did you see that huge bit of muscle, the caudal peduncle?
And he loves low-frequency sounds. So.
We learned that not only does he have the compass, but he has the map.
There's so much unknown about him that it just blows my mind.
I'm Franklin Raff, and I'm about to take you diving with the great white shark. I'm a profesor de biología. I teach biology in Mexico City. I'm also a rescue diver and an ocean sailor. I've sailed pretty much all over the world. And pretty much all over the world is great white shark habitat, with the exception, perhaps, of Antarctica, although we are not quite sure. And there's so much we don't know about this animal that is threatened. If you came from outer space and wanted to make a documentary film about humanity, and your film consisted entirely of close-up shots of us eating, you too could make a movie called Jaws. But there's so much more to the human condition. We signal, we laugh, we play, we have families. And this animal, the great white shark, science indicates has been on Earth 500 million years, and through two major mass extinctions, he's thrived. This animal that I learned in biology class was a primitive vertebrate as opposed to us. So this is our time. I'm going to take you down with me, literally, at Isla Guadalupe in Mexico to dive with the tiburon blanco, the great white shark, and you will not believe the things that you're about to learn.
San Diego, California, our launch point for the expedition. There are lots of places to see the great white shark. Neptune Islands in Australia and in South Africa. But what makes Guadalupe Island so fantastic is the clarity of the water. And that's why we're bound south-southwest to Isla Guadalupe in search of the great white shark. The journey takes us across the open Pacific. On our way, let's do some studying. We're going to put our noses in the books and figure out a little more about the animals we hope to see.
I want to introduce you to my friend here. His name is Fluffy. First, I want to tell you about his caudal fin, because you'll notice in this symmetrical shape, the same shape that we see on all the very fastest fish of the sea. The mako, the tuna. There's no room for hydrodynamic shedazzle over here. No turbulence in this man's life. Let's turn him this way. You can see in the caudal peduncle the massive musculature of this particular slingshot, which makes this fish able to reach speeds of 20, 25, possibly 30 knots. We're not quite sure. His skin, a little bit different from that of a bony fish. These are not normal scales. These are a very particular kind of dermal denticle, little teeth that comprise the skin of the fastest fish around. What is the secret of the speed of dermal denticles? Well, we don't actually know. The navies of the world and those companies that make the fast swimming suits, they're still trying to unlock the secrets of the speed of shark skin. Let's turn him up here. Now look, can you see he looks kind of like a rocket ship? He is a rocket ship. Wernher von Braun, put down the calculator. V1 is right here. And in his fins, for instance, in his beautiful pectoral fins, you can see that they're wing-shaped. This fish does not have an air bladder that regulates his buoyancy at sea. He just has a liver filled with oil, which of course is lighter than water, and these keep him flying with a little bit of lift, just like wings. Look at his water handling system too. These magnificent 5 huge gill slits and the buccal area, enabling him even at very low speeds to move oxygenated water through his body so that oxygen is transferred quickly to all of the important parts. And looking at this beautiful mouth, you can see that his jaws are protrusive, not stuck to his skull like ours are. He can actually stick his jaws out like that and get the prey he needs and then saw it up a little bit. His jaws are connected to his skull only by a piece of cartilage, so he can control his jaws separately from his head. This is the Messerschmitt Bf-109E of the seas, the Raptor F-22. This is a fast attack killing machine.